Christopher Nolan's 2010 film Inception quickly gained worldwide acclaim, being hailed as a masterpiece for its ability to transport audiences into the realm of dreams. The film, nominated for Oscars in 8 categories, clinched awards in 4, cementing its place as one of Nolan's finest works in cinema history. Christopher Nolan initially pitched the film to Warner Bros. After completing Insomnia, and it received approval from the studio. However, at that time, the screenplay hadn't been written yet, and Nolan decided that not having time constraints would better suit his working style. Consequently, he began writing, expecting it to take a few months, but the screenplay ended up taking nearly 8 years to complete. The combinations of letters for Inception are indeed an interesting observation. The word dreams, formed from the names of the main characters, aligns with the themes of dream manipulation and the subconscious explored in the film. Additionally, adding Peter and Ariadne to the mix creates the phrase "dreams pay," highlighting the concept of mind theft in the film. Such details can provide intriguing clues for viewers seeking to understand the depth and complexity of the movie. Christopher Nolan explained in an interview that he likened the roles in the Inception team to those involved in the filmmaking process. He stated that he wrote Cobb as the director, Arthur as the producer, Ariadne as the production designer, Eames as the actor, Saito as the studio, and Fisher as the audience. Nolan expressed, "I can very easily lose myself in my work. It's not always easy to express yourself within a film. This film was easy for me. I took something I knew while trying to create a team." Christopher Nolan's cousin, Miranda Nolan, appeared in the film as a stewardess, while his son, Magnus Nolan, took on the role of James. When Joseph Gordon-Levitt auditioned for the role of Arthur, he coincidentally dressed exactly like the character's style. For Christopher Nolan and producer Emma Thomas, there was only one choice for the role of Cobb, Leonardo DiCaprio. Christopher Nolan expressed that he spent a considerable amount of time with Leonardo DiCaprio from the moment he joined the team, discussing the script together. Nolan stated, "Leo had incredibly significant and unusual contributions to the script and really challenged me to write it a bit more openly. At the same time, he had a lot of brilliant ideas about being realistic to the rules we were building and the essence of the characters, and capturing the logic within the integrity of the film." Nolan also attributed Leonardo DiCaprio as the biggest factor in making the film less complex. Joseph Gordon-Levitt didn't use a stunt double for any of the falling and climbing scenes in the film except for the rotating hallway scene, where he played them himself. According to the cinematographer Wally Pfister, Warner Bros. Executives wanted to make the film in 3D. However, Christopher Nolan rejected this idea. Despite the film's deeply surreal sequences, many special effects such as the Penrose stairs, the rotating hallway, the avalanche mountain, and zero-gravity scenes were created using practical methods rather than computer-generated imagery. The movie reportedly had only around 500 visual effects shots. The train that hit Cobb's car in the movie was not a computer effect as commonly believed. It was actually a tractor disguised to look like a freight train, along with its long trailer. Arthur, when explaining why Saito believes it's impossible to plant an idea, tells him to think of elephants, effectively making him think of elephants and thereby implanting an idea into his mind. This part is a reference to George Lakoff's famous conceptual metaphor book, Don't Think of an Elephant, which discusses the use of certain words and their conceptual structures to subtly implant specific ideas into the listener's mind. In the city scene in the first level of Fisher's dream, it can be seen that the state motto section of the license plates reads the alternate state. In the second level of Fisher's dream, the reason for Ariadne having her hair tied up in a bun is to avoid dealing with how hair would behave in zero gravity. We see the number 528,491 multiple times throughout the film. It appears in the number Fisher gives to Cobb, in the hotel room numbers 528 and 491, in the number Eames gives to Fisher, as 528 to 491, in the combination starting in the power room, starting with 52, and as the security combination 528 to 491, designated. Pete Postlethwaite, who portrayed the character Maurice Fisher, was indeed ill, and about 5 months after the film was released, he passed away. Arthur shows Ariadne the Penrose stairs, referencing a lithograph created by the Dutch artist M.C. Escher. Commonly referred to as Ascending and Descending, or The Infinite Staircase, it was first printed in March 1960. Escher is known for his drawings depicting optical illusions and his exploration of architectural, mathematical, and philosophical principles through fantastical forms. Cobb and Miles' first scene includes Cobb mentioning the bureaucratic nightmare of extraditing criminals between France and America. This is a reference to the character played by Leonardo DiCaprio in the 2002 film Catch Me If You Can, where his character is arrested in France and subsequently extradited to America. Marion Cotillard, who portrayed Mal, Tom Hardy as Eames, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Arthur, Cillian Murphy as Robert Fisher, Michael Caine as Miles, and director Christopher Nolan all collaborated again in the film project The Dark Knight Rises after Inception. Christopher Nolan has stated that the snowy third-level dream was inspired by his favorite James Bond film, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. After Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio, who portrayed Cobb, and Tom Hardy, who portrayed Eames, collaborated on the film project The Revenant. After Inception, Tom Hardy, who portrayed Eames, and Cillian Murphy, who portrayed Robert Fisher, collaborated on the television series project Peaky Blinders. Michael Caine, who portrayed Miles, inadvertently clarified the general mystery and ending of the film with a speech he made at an event. His explanation went as follows: "When I read the script of Inception, I was puzzled and said to Christopher Nolan, I don't understand which parts are the dream. He said to me, if your character is in the scene, it's real." And yes, Michael Caine was indeed present in the final scene.